I was in college writing my freshman year, and there was some weird noise coming from the heater, almost like steam coming out. And our professor said, "Damn, sounds like we're being gassed like Jews in Auschwitz." Oh my God. Should I just start?
Okay, a graduate school professor and one of my friends were having a discussion. I guess he didn't like her response and he said to her, "I guess you're gonna be my little problem, huh? She has dwarfism."
I've often got asked if I have a green card. I'm from Puerto Rico. We're American citizens without the preferential treatment. Anyone who's taken a U.S. history class knows that Puerto Ricans are also American citizens.
I'm openly gay. I was at a frat party one night, and one of the members told me he didn't want to share a drink with me because he didn't want to get AIDS. I'll always remember that remark.
Someone asked me, "Do you speak Chinese?" I said no. They replied, "I thought you're from Asia."
I was sitting in the library minding my own business when the guy next to me started speaking Mandarin to me. I'm Vietnamese American. He was white. We were complete strangers. I don't get people like this. If you're like taking a guess, why would you ever do that? Like, it's also demeaning.
My white professor told me that I was one of the good Muslims. Oh my God. I didn't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say to that because I don't know if I can curse right now.
This was my sophomore year. I was in one of the science classes, and the professor told me that the immune system was the same as border control because they both keep the bad stuff out. She looked at me, the only person of color in the room, the only Latinx person, and everyone in the room laughed. I changed my major after that. How does this person get hired? Like, I don't get that.
This is something I keep hearing about on campus of like professors not acknowledging the problematic things they say in class. It's also something that makes me scared or like curious about how I would react to it because I never had to have a situation like this.
I'm a black male with a strong build who is shopping in the East Campus pod. An hour later, on the quad, AUPD tracked me down and stopped me believing they had seen me on camera where I stole the drink. I was then detained, placed in a holding cell for 3 hours, and issued a citation before being released. And of course, after the citation was issued, I found out a week later that the DA filed no actual charges and deemed there was no real evidence for the incident. I've never been back to the pod ever since. As someone who has been racially profiled before, this angers me. This infuriates me. And it makes me a little bit emotional. This type of racism, this type of blatant accusations, profiling has to stop. And if students can't feel comfortable on their own campus, where can they feel comfortable at? This is the issue.
Like when you're younger, you're taught like, oh, like be a good person, that's how people will see you. But no matter what you do, people are always gonna see you for these things that you can't control. And like that's one thing that really like upsets me on a day-to-day because whenever like, the older I get, the more I start to like doubt myself because I'll walk into a room and be like, okay, I'm smart and I'm this, but like people are gonna see me as like a black woman, regardless of how I am, regardless of what I can bring to the table.
So like as a white student, I'm glad to hear this perspective because like I obviously don't have these experiences and like I am a white person at a PWI, so I guess I don't necessarily like recognize, like I don't feel singled out like this ever. So, but like that sucks, like I can't imagine.